Alrighty, and then here we go. Deshaun Watson has, quote, quietly broached with teammates, end quote, the possibility that he may request a trade from the Houston Texans. I mean, he has to get out, folks. This man is wasting his talents. He's the leading passer. I believe he passed Patrick Mahomes in Week 17 as the leading passer for the league in 2020. How crazy! And he's got no weapons. Well, he does have weapons. Let me take that back. He does have weapons. He had weapons all season. So yes, he had weapons, but I mean, it didn't translate to wins because in the grand scheme of things, they had no head coach. The defense wasn't that great, and they just couldn't win games. So this man's talents are definitely being wasted here. Bill O'Brien screwed their future for the next at least 2 seasons, at least 2 years. They're not going to be good, not going to be able to kind of compete for a ring. Oh, I mean, look at the talent in the AFC. Can this Texans team compete with the Chiefs, Ravens, Bills? No, they can't. They can't. So he definitely needs to get out of there, and he's requesting a trade. So like we did yesterday with Cam Newton, let's go through all the teams and see who can use Deshaun Watson as a quarterback because he needs to get out of Houston. He's wasting his talent. So Atlanta, I mean, they've hinted that they may get rid of Matt Ryan. And could you imagine Deshaun Watson with Calvin Ridley and Julio Jones? Holy cow. Give me Deshaun Watson to the Falcons. I love that right off the rip. Get rid of Matt Ryan. No disrespect to Matt Ryan, but, you've had your time and you haven't been able to make it work. So let's have a little bit of a quarterback switch here in Atlanta. I'm loving Deshaun Watson to Atlanta. Bucks, obviously, they got Tom Brady. Now, can he be the, successor to Tom Brady? Possibly, but Tom Brady's probably going to play at least one more season, and Deshaun Watson probably wants out now. So we're going to rule Bucks off the table. Cowboys, I believe they're going to go back to Dak. So we're not going to count that. Giants, they got Daniel Jones. Jets, they're either rocking with Sam Darnold or they're taking a draft pick. But Deshaun Watson, he's probably better than any other quarterback you're going to get in the draft. Trevor Lawrence is probably the only quarterback that I wouldn't take instead of Deshaun Watson just because of, Trevor Lawrence is younger and you can mold him a little bit more. So Jets, that's still a destination, but I don't think he would go there because it's a bad organization, so he might as well stay in Houston. So I don't see him going to the Jets. Patriots, him and Bill Belichick can definitely work. He's going to want some pieces, though, and we know the Patriots don't give their quarterbacks wide receivers. So, an idea of the Patriots, him going there, it could work, but I think he's going to want to go somewhere a little bit more established. Pieces, Falcons have tons of pieces, so we're still keeping kind of Atlanta is probably the best destination for him so far. Vikings, I think they're going to stick with Kirk Cousins at least for probably one more season and then maybe go from there, but I think they're going to stick with Kirk Cousins. Lions, it's going to depend on Matt Stafford whether he's out this year or next year. Steelers, it could be a destination for him, but once again, he may have to sit behind Ben Roethlisberger for a year, and I don't think he wants to do that. I don't think Big Ben's going to be retiring at the end of this year. Maybe if he wins a ring, he will. Maybe if he gets maybe in the deep playoffs, he probably won't, so it's still up in the air in his future, and Deshaun Watson's going to want to be out now because in 2 seasons, the Texans can, start elevating their play a little bit probably with, getting more pieces to the draft and free agents and all that. So we're kind of looking for teams that need something in 2021 like now. So not going to count the Steelers. Browns have Baker Mayfield. The Ravens have Lamar Jackson. Bengals have Joe Burrow. Dolphins have Tua. Bills have Josh Allen. Seahawks have Russell Wilson. 49ers have Jimmy G. Cardinals have Kyler Murray. Rams have Jared Goff. Jags are going after Trevor Lawrence, so they probably won't get Deshaun Watson. Colts, that could definitely work for Deshaun Watson as well. Better defense than they have on the Texans. They're ready to win right now. They just need a quarterback. Phillip Rivers, he's dinking and dunking and, not pushing the ball down the field, so we can definitely go to the Colts because I think this is Phillip Rivers' last year in Indy. Signed a 1-year deal. Not going to get signed back, I don't think. So could go to the Colts. Titans have Ryan Tannehill. Texans, he's already on the Texans. Raiders, like I said, I think they switch over to Marcus Mariota. I think Derek Carr's time is done in LA or LV, and Marcus Mariota proved that he can be very valuable to this Raiders team. I mean, he almost won their game that he started. Just a little bit of, I believe, didn't he throw an interception late in the game? Not totally his fault, something around those lines. So, I mean, up until that point, they were winning. So, don't think think they're going to go to the. Don't think Deshaun Watson should go to the Raiders. Broncos, he could go to the Broncos. I don't think they're set on Drew Lock. He kind of, got exposed this season. They've got no quarterback on the roster. How's their draft pick looking? They're 5-11, so they'll probably have. I think they're probably inside the top 10 for draft picks. So yeah, he could go to the Broncos. They got Jerry Jeudy. Him with Jerry Jeudy, a lot of speed, a lot of finesse. That could work. Chargers, they got Justin Herbert. Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes. Packers have Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. Bears, Deshaun Watson to the Bears. Now, that is a little viable, and they've got the pieces to kind of have a dual threat kind of game with the Bears. Allen Robinson, shifty, speedy wide receiver. He's making Mitch Trubisky look like a Hall of Famer, so obviously he'll work with Deshaun Watson. And I'm forgetting the other one, Cordell Patterson, who they run in a lot of, motions on the line and a lot of, sweeps and misdirections. Could you imagine a little bit of a play action and a little bit of read option with Deshaun Watson and Cordell Patterson? That could definitely work as well. So you probably won't think that the Bears would be a good potential for Deshaun Watson, but I would give the man a look. I think you can kind of transform this Bears offense if you bring in Deshaun Watson, and that's what Matt Nagy needs. All he needs is a competent quarterback, and Deshaun Watson is one of the most competent quarterbacks out there right now. So Bears, that's a possibility that I can definitely get behind. Saints, I think they go with Taysom Hill after Drew Brees is done after this season. Panthers, they got Teddy B. Washington, he could work in Washington, but like, some of these other teams that we've been talking about, they're not established. They've got no real great weapons. He wants to go somewhere not like Texans, not like Houston Texans. He wants to go somewhere with some talent, so I don't think he goes to Washington, and the Eagles are rocking with Jalen Hurts. So we've got the Bears, I think would be a great fit for him. Who else did we say? Bears, Colts. There was another good one. What was the real good one? Atlanta, Colts, and the Bears, I think, are the best fits for Deshaun Watson if he wants to get out of there, if he wants to request a trade. Now, who are they going to trade? I mean, Atlanta can just trade quarterback straight up. Deshaun Watson for Matt Ryan, and I think both teams would be happy. Getting, an established quarterback who's kind of done things in their career. Yeah, Deshaun Watson hasn't really gotten far into the playoffs, but last year he made it past the first round. Not bad. And Matt Ryan's got to the Super Bowl. So I really think you can just kind of trade quarterback for quarterback straight up. They'll both take on their contracts because they think they're getting, a better quarterback than they already have. So Falcons, Texans, get the deal done, folks. Get Deshaun Watson out of that poverty-stricken franchise that you've got there in Houston. Oh, boy.